What's up YouTube, I'm Mike, and today I'm shooting a rather uncharacteristic video from my channel, primarily because I don't do any product spots of any kind. I'm not sponsored by anybody, and I'm almost certainly never going to be sponsored by a company because I hate it when you find a content creator that you really like the content they produce, but then you have to wade through them constantly trying to sell you a cookbook or some bullshit supplement that you don't really need. And honestly, I don't really believe in supplements a lot. Like, if you can buy it over the counter, it probably doesn't work. If it's legal, it's probably not worth your money. I really don't buy anything other than like protein powder or like a pre-workout, like a caffeine, something like that. So the reason I'm talking about this particular product, and again, I am in no way sponsored by Isopure. These people don't know I even exist. I will probably, again, never be sponsored by anybody. The reason I'm talking about this product is because it's a unique protein powder in that it does not mix up into some thick milkshake style of protein. I pre-made one. This is what it looks like. It's basically just water. This is called Isopure Infusions. If you've never heard of it, they come in all kinds of flavors. This mixed berry is probably my favorite flavor. I really like the tropical punch. I had an order come in today, which is what made me think to make this video. This is mango lime, citrus lemonade, and a new one that I've never tried before, which doesn't even sound good, honestly. It's pineapple orange banana. So the good news I can tell you is that I have tried almost every one. I haven't tried this one yet. No matter how unsavory the name may sound, every one of them across the board is very, very drinkable. There's not been a single one that I've tried that I was just like, oh my God, I wasted my money. I can't drink that shit. They are all very, very good. One of the things that makes this protein like a total game changer for me is that I struggle a lot with dehydration, primarily because I do not like drinking just plain water. I just won't do it. And so there's a number of different tricks that I try to employ to add something to the water that makes it palatable. But if you're cutting and you don't have a whole lot of calories to spare, that can be difficult because I also don't like, I know I'm a pain in the ass, I don't like artificial sweeteners at all. So if I can't put sugar in it, then I don't want it. This, however, mixes into 16 ounces of water, and so not only will it hydrate you, but it will help you to meet your protein macros. It's something that sometimes I struggle with when I'm bulking, just because I don't like eating a lot of food. And I've discovered that one thing that you can do is if you just can't eat another piece of chicken, or if you're struggling to be, you're not terribly hungry when it's time to eat a meal, you can go with a little bit smaller portion of chicken and then just drink one of these along with the meal because it pairs with anything. It just tastes like flavored water. And so it really doesn't matter what you're eating. One of these flavors, or potentially all of them, are going to work. It's incredibly refreshing because it's just, like I said, it's just flavored water. So if you're out mowing the yard, or you're out in the heat, you're laying out by the pool, whatever you might be doing, and you need to get some protein in your system and some hydration, boom, you can do it with this, and it really tastes great. Another thing that I do with it is I mix it and I put it on my nightstand because I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm thirsty, I need something to drink, but I also want to keep my body basically with protein. I want to stay in an anabolic state even while I'm sleeping, and so I can wake up in the middle of the night and knock back one or half of these that's sitting on my bedside table. Now I've gotten hydration and protein in my system even while I'm sleeping, which helps you to stay in an anabolic state. So the other reason I'm making the video, however, because I could have just said, hey, go buy this shit, it's really good, you're gonna love it. The problem is when I first bought it, I couldn't drink it. Like, I would mix it up relatively close to the way the instructions tell you. They tell you to shake 1 scoop into 16 ounces of water, 10 to 16 ounces of water. I was kind of going toward closer to the 10 instead of the 16. I would shake it up. It would be nice and clear. I'd pour it over some water, over some ice, and I wouldn't even be done drinking it before I would start getting this really bloated, distending feeling in my gut. And I would start burping, and I just felt nasty. Like, it would ruin my day. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on with this protein powder? But by that point, I had already purchased a whole bunch of containers of it. And so I'm thinking, shit, I've got $100 worth of protein over here I can't drink. So I would drink it occasionally, and then I figured out a trick, which is really the point that I've been trying to get to here. When you mix up this protein, it's called Isopure Infusions, and the powder just dissolves completely into the water. You can watch when the powder hits the water, it just starts foaming, basically, and it infuses into the water. The problem is if you leave any amount of undissolved powder in that shaker or in your glass and you drink that, it continues its infusion process, or it seems to, in your gut, and all of those foam just builds up and it makes you really gassy and feel miserable. When you first put the powder in the bottle and add the water and you start shaking it, when you shake it, you can hear the shaker ball inside there, but as you continue to shake, it gets to so much pressure built up in the bottle that you can barely hear the shaker ball move. And if you flip the cap open while, after you just got through shaking it, it'll just explode foam all over the place. So don't do that. So what I figured out was that I was drinking it too soon and it was continuing to infuse my stomach. So now what I do is I get, usually in the evening, I'll get all the shaker bottles I have and mix up a bunch of batches, shake them all up, and either put them in the refrigerator or just leave them sitting out on the counter so that I can grab one, pour it over ice whenever I want it. You could also drink it straight out of the container. It's totally fine. It's just as good. I just like it over ice because it's more refreshing. Once I started doing that and giving the, like I would shake it all up and then I would pop the top and let it kind of air out. Once I started letting the powder air out for a while, or the drink air out, all of that stomach discomfort, gassy, bloaty bullshit, all of it went away. And I've been left with a product that is allowing me to stay hydrated, stay anabolic, hit my macros, and I just find myself grabbing them throughout the day. Like I've gotten to the point where I'd rather be sipping on this than most anything else, because not only does it taste good, but I can feel good about it because it's low calorie, there's no sugar, there's no artificial sweeteners, I don't think. There might be, fuck, I'm gonna say that. It's got stevia, I think. Yeah, no artificial flavors or sweeteners, and so you get something hydrating that'll help you meet your macros that tastes really good, and you can pair it with anything. So, there you have it. I just wanted to make a quick video again to talk about this because I get a lot of messages on Instagram lately with guys asking me about my diet, and I always feel bad trying to answer these questions because, guys, I eat like shit. I'm really very fortunate to be able to maintain the leanness that I do. I've got another thing here I'm going to show you. As embarrassing as it is to admit, I go through about 1 bag of these a day, give or take, which is about 1,250 calories. I wake up, I eat these before I go to bed. I wake up in the middle of the night, I drink some protein, I eat some more grab-and-go donuts, and it's just what I do. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. I have very high metabolism, but I also have a lot of calories to spare because I eat very, very bland. You'd be surprised how much bullshit you can fit into your diet that's fun to eat when you don't cover every meal that you eat in sauces and gravy and all that nonsense. So I eat chicken and rice, beef and rice, chicken and pasta, beef and pasta, very lean, no sauces, no flavors, no bullshit. And that affords me the ability later on in the day or in the middle of the night or whatever to have some grab-and-go donuts. So there you have it. The secret to my bodybuilding physique is protein powder and grab-and-go donuts, and maybe occasionally a little bit of Trent. But that probably has nothing to do with the overall effect, right? So there you have it. Hopefully this has been informative. If you give this a try and you like it, please leave a comment. If you don't like it, leave a comment. Always leave a comment. Follow me on Instagram. Click bells, subs, all kinds of shit. I'm also going to put a link in the description to this video to a new little project that my wife and I have got going on. I made her a new Instagram profile with all of her really sexy pictures that I've been taking lately. So if you would like to see my wife in some really sexy pictures, she's 40 years old and she's trying, what do you say? She's trying to get her sexy back. And so we're helping her by doing some fun little photo shoots around here. So if you check out Mama is Sexy Official on Instagram and show her some love, I know she would appreciate it. As always, hopefully this has been informative, and